Oh, and she sat down in the nick of time. Look at that.
Yep. It's like stealing home.
That's the Leo in you. So the Virgo's here an hour before, like making sure everything's ready. You guys skate in and everything starts working. I love it. I was having all kinds of problems before, but now it's all worked out. Look at you.
Good.
How are you ladies doing? Yeah.
The year's almost over.
I know. Yeah. Thank God.
It's
been such a year, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's been such a kind of sucky year. Yeah. For a lot of people. That sinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wild
and
crazy.
I thought tonight, while we're waiting for people to ask our readings, is I would like to talk to you guys about how you connect with your spirit guides. What do you guys go into a meditation? Do they pounce on you at night? I mean, how, like, if you've never done this before, walk somebody through how they connect and figure that out. Celeste has given me the look of, yeah. Okay.
See these lumps on the side of my head and how I always preach to people to listen? Yeah. Doing what I do, or doing what I say, not what I do, is better. For me, mine are, well, it's kind of funny because I don't have to go into any special space now. I'm pretty much open and in tune with them all the time. And that does not make me a better listener. It just gives them more opportunity to throw bricks at me. I just posted a meme today about, yes, I heard that, and it's a good sign, but I think I'm going to wait for a signier sign. That's my story. So, but
yeah.
Yeah. And then I get a smack right up beside the head, or they wait, and then it's like, told you so. And you're like, but at night, I always, before I go to sleep, I kind of do like a meditation. Just try to make sure that all on the same page, I guess, and just go over the things that I am working toward, trying to manifest, trying to remove, kind of a thing, thanking them for their help and saying, feel free to jump in and do a little more anytime you want. So,
Susie, how about for you?
So, like when I do readings and stuff, I'll usually ask for the people that I'm reading for, their guides and their family, their ancestors, whoever needs to step in and talk to me. As far as protection, I usually just call on my family. And like when I lay down at night, I don't really do a mental check, but a lot of times that's when I shut my eyes to relax, and I'll get people's faces flashing like really rapidly in front of me. And I'm like, okay, yeah, all right, you need to talk. We'll check me out tomorrow. Or sometimes I'm like, oh, I didn't know you died. And then I like open it up and start scrolling through, and I'm like, I type in so-and-so obituary, and I'm like, oh, I guess you passed in July. Sorry. You know, those kind of things happen to me all the time. But as far as like my guides, usually my family, I have known that have passed, or some that I've met are just on the other side that have, never been here. And I just kind of imagine like a cord of light between us. And that place between awake and asleep, where you hear things and you see things, that's where I go really fast, like instantaneously. And I see that little cord and I just pull on them, or just call their name, or recall what they feel like to me, like their spirit. Like, so my dad reminds me a lot of like bacon and Tide, laundry detergent, and smoke and leather. And so I just kind of gather up all those smells and emotions that go with it. And there he is, and I could just pull really fast. So that's how I do it. I know that's way probably different than other people. It's just, that's how I've always done it since I was little, because everyone's connected, whether you're dead, alive, whatever. And I see like this weird web between everyone. Some people's connections are stronger than others. My cousin and I used to do this before he passed on. We used to practice it, and I would just think his name, and just say it, Gerald, 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 and then boom, he would be calling you within the next few minutes. And
Yeah,
you're like,
I've done that to people.
yep.
Or to a lot of people.
Yep. And he would just call and answer the question right away. We did that to each other all of the time, and I can still do it with them on the other side. So it's just, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like, once you're in the habit of doing something for so long, it's like almost like knee jerk, isn't it, Celeste?
Yeah, that's like my normal protection, which I've been getting smacked in the head several times over. I don't even really have to think about it. I just do it. And I need to think about it more. I need to amp it up a little bit, or amp up the my daily thing that I don't even think about, amp it up. But when I was more starting to accept my gifts, this was probably in my 20s. I try this often, to walk away from things. It is just a natural part of, I guess, being a Leo and a Scorpio. I hear from other people that when things are no longer serving you or whatever, you just kind of cut it off. Well, there's some things the universe doesn't let you cut off. And like I said, they'll whisper, and then they'll knock. Then they'll knock the door down with me standing behind it, trying to hold it shut. So highly recommend don't do that, because if you think life can kick you in the pants, the ancestors or the guardians or whoever you work with or talk to, they can really, and there's usually a really good reason that they're trying to plant a seed that you're refusing to water. So,
and I'm a Taurus, and I thought I was bullheaded until I met Miss Leo here. So,
well, what kills me is when you tell people, don't push me, because when I've had enough, I've had enough. And when I cut that cord, it's severed, and I rarely patch it. It's done, and they still keep. It's like done. I don't know. I think maybe it's a trait in all of us. When we've had enough, we've had enough.
No, there are other signs that are more wishy-washy was the first word that came to mind, and that's not really true. They're more forgiving. They're more giving second chances, and it takes a lot. Takes a lot for me to hit my point. But when I'm there, game over. There's over. No there's no going back.
I was going to tell you something interesting today, because I sent you those quick 3-card readings for the signs, and I intentionally try to block out the people that I know their signs. And today was really hard, and I literally pushed one of you away so I wouldn't hear what needed to be there for you. And then literally as I was doing it, like, your face went poof, and I was like, okay.
Well, which one of us was it? Because I listened to them all. Yeah.
You, Colleen.
Me?
Yeah.
But
even my daughter was here, and she was like, oh, that one's for her. I was like,
I'm listening to the reading, and I'm like, I don't know where she's going with this, because there's nothing that I'm trying to decide right now.
It
You're
might
like,
not. So that's the thing is like energy it does not go by a calendar. So it can be coming in or it can be leaving or you can be right in the middle of it. So it's something
yeah,
that can be coming up. So like I said, it's fluid and it can happen. Like I can't divine out like unless it's a big one that the universe
right.
says this is going to happen no matter what. Like too far out. So it's like within the next few weeks. Actually, yours is going to be within the next few months. But for some of you that fall in that same category that your sign was in, it's the next few weeks.
Hmm.
Does that make sense? So it kind of varies for everybody because we're not all on the same timeline. But I just thought you might find that interesting that like I was like trying to push your energy back and then all of a sudden I was like, bam. I was like, okay.
Well, Celeste was right on.
Yeah, I know. And
Did you watch it yet?
there was another Leo.
There was a good one. Go back and watch it tonight when we're done. Celeste, it's as soon as you start the reading, I'm like, yeah, that's Celeste.
Yeah, there's my other Leo in my life too that it's nailing right on the head too. And
Yeah.
then because Katie sometimes will sit with me and she laughs as we go through them and she knows them all. Then she goes like this when I go through the Aries. But
I always enjoy listening to them all because I have to listen to them all to title them and tag them and get them, So it's
just scratching that surface, and I'm only trying to get like the majority, not everybody, unless I get those super specific ones where the universe
last week was the specific.
ones that you hear it.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know what Susie's talking about, she uploads readings for all the zodiac signs every week on our page here. So you can go, and they're mini readings, right? They're just a spread of cards, and she tells you what they're reading. And so I'm Virgo, and I know it's spot on every time, Hot Trust. I'm telling you, it's like she nails Virgo all the time for me. But this time I was like, what am I missing? I'm too tired to make a decision on anything. I can't even eat dinner tonight. I'm so tired, so I don't know.
It's not something like you're gonna have to deliberately do, but at some point you'll want to force it, but no, just let it flow.
Yeah. And I don't know. I talked to my boss today about what I'm going to do, like when I retire, because they don't want me to leave.
That might be it.
And they want me to stay on maybe part-time. And I said, but I need my retirement income. So I know how I'm liver. So
that might be it. That might have been the energy tapping into.
Yeah, I don't know. We're discussing that today, and I'm like, well, there's a way that they can bring you back as a retiree.
Mm-hmm.
But right now we don't know if they can. And I said, well, it's almost a year away, so maybe things will loosen up by then.
Yeah, I was going to say, I worked for Prudential for a long time, and a lot of the ladies were like at retirement age. And that was what we were replacing as newer people. And a lot of them, they moved them to a service center because who knows the inside and outside of a business more so than somebody that's worked there 30 or 40 years. And so they got retirement and they got a compensation for being a service center person. So, I mean, it just depends on, that isn't the federal government,
Well, there's a project that it's at a really important stage. So when I retire, it's like, ooh, I mean, there's other people that can do it, but none of them I've been immersed in this project for 16 years now.
Ooh,
and we're at a critical stage.
You can retire and then charge the government or whatever, like really big consultation fee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a discussion we can have too, because they don't really want anybody else to take the project because I've known it from soup to nuts, right? So they're like, who's going to take it and what's going to happen once you retire? And I'm like, well, you can bring me back, but I'll only work 2 days a week. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I know a lot of people that do consultation type services and make pretty good money at it.
Really, the thing is, and this is just TMI for everybody out there, but I really don't want to do what I'm doing now for another 10 years. I've been doing it for 25 years. I'm a little burned out.
Yeah.
I want to do, I know, Trista, I'd get paid I'd get like double my salary that I'm making now if I was a consultant. Yeah.
Yep.
But it's okay. I don't know. I am
Cross the bridge when you get to it. You
exactly.
have it now to pull over, and maybe
at this
2 days a
point,
week.
I just like whatever happens, happens. I'm tired and I'm ready to retire and do this. This is all I want to do. I found the, when you find something you really love, I love doing this. I love the research. You wouldn't believe the stuff I was researching today. It's crazy stuff. So, yeah.
So you're not going to go out there in the field and start licking rocks and then be like, oh yeah, that's got some feldspar in it and some.
No.
Like the dude on Rudolph, the guy with the pickaxe. And
Yukon Jack?
Yes.
Yeah, he was my favorite. I loved him.
I have friends that are geologists, and I call them rock lickers. So
yeah, I've learned not to because I work in the geology and hazmat field, so I don't lick with the rocks anymore because I know what's in them.
Or in the environment they're in.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, no, it's what's in them. There's bad things in rocks. So anybody has a granite countertop, FYI, a Geiger counter is going to go off in your house because granite is naturally radioactive. It just is. And so people freak out about it. How about all of the, remember the irradiated plates that would glow in the dark? And they fluoresce, and we all ate off of them, or like our parents ate off of them because it would have been our grandparents' plates and stuff. Super, super duper radioactive, and everybody was using them. So,
there's that uranium glassware and then the Fiesta ware. The Fiesta ware is really bad. Yeah,
so we, like our parents grew up with that stuff, and it's just, anyway. Yeah, Trista, it's pretty stuff. It really is. Is it enough to really cause you harm? Probably not. But that kind of stuff, it is. Yeah, but the problem is if you're getting it here and you're getting it there and you're getting it here and you're getting it there, then it's cumulative effect. So we just, you know what I mean? So kind of interesting. But yeah, that's my field and I nerd out on it. So anyway, spirit guides. I know everybody says we've got them all and they're all over the place and they're with us all the time. I really don't ever tap into them. I know my dad's around, but nothing else feels empty. So, yeah, I know you're going, it's not, but it feels empty. Both of you. Yeah,
maybe
so
they tap into you.
I think they're like,
they influence. Yeah, but there's people you wouldn't mind, like your dad or
my dad's around all the time,
or Zephyr, to come and guide you and things like that.
So, Zephyr's around. Zephyr's definitely around. He hasn't left yet.
Yep.
He comes and goes.
Who's that?
Zephyr.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he comes and goes. Eddie hasn't really come back. I think he was weaker. He was a little weaker. So he hasn't really
not the time to come back yet.
Maybe. Well,
exactly. Like my mom, I saw her quite a bit shortly after her passing, and then it was silence for years and years. And then I've started to feel her off and on. She's been gone for 25 years. So yeah, Trista, the ringing in the ears can be spirit guides. It can be energy changes. It can be, shifts in things. You can also be around people that are like negative and you'll kind of get it. But yeah, that's energy.
Yeah, it can be warnings. It can be, that's something you should pay attention to. If you're thinking about something and your ears start ringing, if you're going somewhere and your ears start ringing, it can be, it's a sign. It's like they're trying to get your attention, and it's annoying when your ears
got tinnitus and the sign is don't drive right now.
Well, I have tinnitus, period. But yeah, so I have the constant ring. But maybe I'm just not thinking what I'm feeling are the spirit guides because I'm constantly bombarded with messages. But I think it's just my line of communication, but maybe it's them giving me the information that I'm.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's like they're tapping into you because you're so busy and running constantly. It's hard to slow you down. And then if you're getting bombarded, all the time, then it's probably hard for you to pick out who's who. But you do call on them when you need that protection too. So you do know who they are.
Well, I know I call on the guardians. I call on, certain deities to help. And I know they've helped. I know they help every time.
I have felt your ancestors when we've done it for you. Several.
You feel them
ways back.
Which is I don't know. It's strange.
Maybe you don't need to feel them.
I don't know.
Maybe your wall's just up too high too.
I was just gonna say she blocks out a lot.
Yeah, she does. Until they get in her face and scream at her.
Till her dad hides the car keys or
or throw something in the kitchen or scare the hell out of someone who comes over to visit or
make a flame go and your bread cupboard go woof.
Yeah, he's so much fun. Yeah, interesting. So if you guys are listening in the audience and you have tapped into your spirit guides, like how old were you when you tapped into them, and did you always were you guys always aware that you had them, like even as a little girl?
Yep, for sure.
I wouldn't have defined different things different ways. Like I said, I didn't even realize the difference between a spirit, a ghost, a human. Everybody was the same to me. And until people started saying, nah, I don't see anybody over there. And then realizing that. But no, I have had this intense connection since I was just a little kid. My mom would clean the church and I'd be in the back talking to people. And I talked to angels. I talked to God. I talked to Jesus. I talked to people. I had no idea where they are or who they were. And I am a pretty shy person. Those who know me well are like, whatever. But if I'm in my comfort zone, I'm pretty open and vocal. But if I'm not in my comfort zone, I'm pretty quiet. And so for me to be sitting in the back of the church at 4 or 5 years old, just chit-chatting with whoever was there, teaching them how to pray, teaching them how to use candles in your prayers. And it just, at the time, it was perfectly normal. It was perfectly normal. And now when I think
whole imaginary friend, but my mom said it wasn't an imaginary friend. She said she was that little girl, and her name was Susie.
Had that.
Her name was Susie. She had dark hair. And then my best friend, my whole best friend growing up, her name was Susie. And it was
another.
And then there's Susie again. So, but I don't know that I've actually tapped in. I think Celeste, we were doing a podcast with Speaking of Spirits, and we were talking about our animal guides. Our animals guides. And I know for a fact what those are for me. Like I have 3 or 4 of them. They're always around me. And those I can tap into like that. The humans, I can't.
Well, yeah, it's because you're more connected to the animals than you are humans. I mean, you've always been able to lower your walls and your defenses around animals because, they don't intentionally hurt you.
Oh, yeah, they do. Did you remember that demon donkey I had?
Okay, there it is.
What did we call him? Taz.
Specifically, I hate Colleen.
No,
I just didn't like a lot of people. So.
Oh God, he was just. Ugh.
For me,
every few animals I run across that I don't like. I don't like it.
Yeah. For me, when I was little, I could tell the difference between spirits and things like that because some of them would appear, corporeal to me. So they would look like you and I standing there, but they would be a little bit see-through. And I was like, yeah, that's not right. And then others, I was like, okay, well, normal people don't float like a foot off the ground. So obviously you're not human, and, or they would appear with something that wasn't right. And so I just kind of knew, that, but I also had that whole family full of, people like me. So if I went to my mom and said, hey, I just saw this, yeah, this is what that is. And, either get rid of it or it's okay. So yeah, that's how I've always known, which like I said, I'm really grateful that I had that upbringing with that family that was like, yeah, we all are very, psychic, just keep it quiet until now. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What made you guys decide to go public with your gifts?
Remember my comment about getting hit in the head and rocks dropped on me and them grabbing me and shaking me? That was pretty much it. My intention my whole life has always been the people that need me will find me. And they do for the most part. But then I call it the universe because there's quite a gathering of those on the other side. We're like, no, you need to be a little more available. And I'm like, I'm perfectly available. They just find me and here I am. And they're like, no. And so it was about, well, like, okay. And I still do it to this day. Anonymously. I read anonymously. I was in California Psychics anonymously for that was like a couple 2 or 3 years I read for them. And I laugh. I say I have split personality, but we all know each other. We have different names and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, I opened my office. I think it'll be 6 years this year. And I don't have my legal name pretty much on anything. It's all my spiritual name, Celeste. And the universe is still poking me a little bit, but then there's other times when they're like, no, you're right. You need to make sure that you're safe and then get your butt outside and get putting up your wards better. I found all kinds of hagstones when I was at the Lincoln City this summer, and those are supposed to be super good protection. And they are alto in the fairy realm. Put around my house. They're in a basket right over there, and they're not around my house yet because I don't know. People throw that stubborn word at me all the time, Susie. I prefer determined and diligent, but that's not the consensus of everyone else.
No, mine, I had always confided in family, of course, and then really close friends about gifts and abilities. But people, like I said, all my life would just come up to me and tell me their life stories, ask me for advice, and then I would try and guide them and things like that. And then people would say, well, do you know that person? Nope, don't know him from Adam, right? And that just was always happening to me. And so I kind of moved in the shadows a little bit with it. But when it came to COVID, I literally felt that planetary shift of people becoming more awake and more spiritual, like, because they were like, holy cow, I have to sit here with myself in this room and I can't be outside. I can't do this. I can't do that. And they actually started, I felt that massive shift and I was like, they're ready. And so I started to be way more open about that. And then, like I told you guys, I wanted my tribe. I wanted to surround myself with people that are like-minded. And so I manifested you. So
there you were. It was 3 years ago, I think we met at the Soda Springs event that we had.
2022.
Yeah, that's 3.
Yeah.
Time's flying. It was that Halloween, the day before Halloween, and it just turned frigid cold on us and windy and nasty and like, yeah.
My cards were blowing everywhere and I was outside in the snow and I'm like, I can't do this.
So yes, Mad Max, I have found a lot of Liberites.
My dad used to say
Let's see, what is the one that my neighbor told me about when I first? So when I bought this property, my friend was digging out his basement, and so he brought 10 dump trucks of boulders over for me to start landscaping. That was the start of what I was doing here. And Steve came out and he looked at one of those stones, and I think he called it a sex stone. He goes, "Well, that's a sex stone. You know what that is, right?" And I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" And he said it's an F rock, an effing rock. And I'm like, "Oh my God." And then the next one, well, that's a leverite right there, you know? Yeah.
Leave it
So,
right where you found
leave
it.
it right where it is. So yeah, it's pretty funny. We have, yeah, but I've seen a lot of sex stones. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was going
Yeah. Go ahead.
to Trista put a question. How do you find out who your spirit guides are?
Yeah.
This is something I wasted a lot of my life worrying about. The good news is they don't need you to call them by name. They don't need to be addressed in a formal manner. I had to have names. I wanted to know specifically. And as I was helping other people, I was told those names are more important to us than they are to them. And so just call them whatever feels right. They're going to respond to you because they're kind of assigned to us, especially those who were not incarnated with us, those who chose to stay in the spirit realm to assist us in the living realm. It doesn't matter. We can just call them our spirit guide. We can call them Bob. And a lot of people want a really fancy schmancy, unusual sounding name. And it's like, if you want that, that's what you call them. But that was pretty much what they had told me, is that's more for us than it is for them. And that I'm like, if I don't have their name, how can I talk to them? How will I know? You get to feel in the energy and you get to recognize, like, I don't know if any of you have ever been sitting and had someone walk up behind you and you can feel it without them touching you, without making noise. You just feel it. That's kind of the same type of energy. And it doesn't matter what we call them per se. And I don't use a lot of names. I used to have names, and I'm like, I need help with this, or help me heal from this, or, help me release that kind of a thing. So, but with Susie's, I just had the clerk at the gas station give me his whole life story about this carnivore diet that he's on, and how much weight he's lost, and what his meals are, and how easy it is. I was just like, I just needed to put some gas in my car.
I just want to get $5 and get a Coke.
Hey, remember, if you hear something randomly 3 times.
I know. Yeah. That's part of my not listening.
Yep, we've talked about that before. Yeah.
No.
Hey, y'all, hop in and ask for a reading at any time. You don't have to wait.
Also, another thing to expand on what Celeste said, I've also learned that we collect them too. They have a choice. If, besides the ones assigned to us at birth, I've also collected some throughout my life as I've done this spiritual journey, and some of them that have passed on, like relatives before me, they're still there. And I know that they're guiding me, but that's their choice. They wanted to do that. So, and when I go, I'm sure I'll want to do that for some of my loved ones as well. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to haunt everybody. Just get prepared. I am busy. You think I have energy now? Just wait.
Okay. Oh,
there you go.
Gina, we better start getting stuff ready there, Celeste.
Get those hagstones out.
The last one I collected out there in Oregon, it broke, and I'm still so very sad about it. Now I have no hagstones.
Where did you say you got them, Celeste? I have a bunch, but where?
Lincoln City.
Where's that?
It's the Oregon coast,
okay.
Kind of horizontally away from Salem.
Okay.
So it's south of Portland, I believe.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
usually your straight shot if you're going to be just driving straight from here to the coast. That's usually where you land is Lincoln City.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
I love the Oregon coast. It's so, so pretty.
Me
Almost
too.
the whole state is gorgeous. Like
Mhm.
everywhere you go in Oregon is gorgeous.
It does. It's got mountains and forests and waterfalls and just it is. It's
We have
beautiful.
a reading request from Sarah. Would like a reading in regard to a job. Do you see two projects I'm currently working on, or is it something completely different? Or do you see the two projects I'm working on, or is it something different?
Take that one, Celeste. I feel like that one's geared to you.
Okay. I feel like there is, I don't know if you regularly get new projects or if it's something you get a project and it's kind of a long term kind of a thing, but I do feel some new things coming toward you. It kind of almost feels like maybe the one might be slightly connected where you're talking about two projects that you're currently working on, like it's so the two projects and then the one might kind of branch out a little bit. But I almost feel like this might be something that you've kind of manifested. I don't know if you would have done that on purpose to kind of either refresh something that's more less exciting, less new kind of a thing. But I feel like it's going to go in a good way. And I think that you may have the opportunity or the choice to decide, is it going to be like a branch off of this completely, or if that branch off is going to create an entirely new project, if that makes sense. Do you get anything else on it, Susie?
So, yeah, I was hoping like you were on the same thread as me. So I feel like those two projects are connected, and that's where you need to focus. And I just kind of was pulling on going a different direction, and I got no, you'll need to cut that out, or you're gonna overwork yourself. You're gonna get burnt out, and it's gonna cause more conflict. And those two projects that you're focusing on right now will suffer for it. So just focus on those two. So it just feels like if you try to like go in a third direction, you're going to be pulled too thin,
spread too thin,
way too thin. So yeah, focus right in front of you right now.
Does that make sense, Sarah? Let us know in the comments. If anybody else would like a reading, please go ahead and leave, post a question. It's funny. What kills me, and it happens to almost all of us. When we leave a job, they replace us with two people.
Yeah,
exactly. And it's like when I first started with the job that I'm doing now, I had 15 mines that I worked on. And I'm like, how? This is humanly. FedEx came, this is before everything was electronic. FedEx came every single day with a binder this big that I had to read before the next week to get a binder this big on that project. It was just this constant. And I'm like, there's no way it's possible to keep up with this amount of work. Yeah. So it's just, but it happens to every one of us in all of our jobs. When they replace us, they usually replace us with two. So, because I have a hard time saying no. Like if they come up to me and ask me to do something in any job, of course I'll do it. Because it's always and other duties as assigned. Mm-hmm. It's hard.
I think you're picking up on her energy too, where she is very specialized in what she does. I think you're picking that up. But I agree. I think this two project is something that she manifested, that she's got going on, something that she wanted. But that's where your balance is the two projects. So don't get pulled out in another way. I know you've got another passion out there that you want to work on, but I get a feeling you need to complete those two before you tackle the third. Yeah,
That
she's
makes
very specialized. For
Yeah,
sure.
it seems like she is specialized. It's hard to and I like to see things. That's why okay, that makes sense, Sarah said. Yeah. So I want to that's why I like is there any way for me to stay on to see this project to the end? It's never going to be ended in my lifetime. But to see something done, you know. Yeah. And
Well, that's up to you. You
in
know,
in the hazmat world, I can tell you that we study things for 20 years before we make a decision, and that makes me crazy.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like we have so much information. Can we please do something now?
Yeah. This potentially could be hazardous, but let's see how many people actually develop a third
Right.
arm or cancer or something, to make sure. Yeah.
It's just it's difficult to work in this field because you have to study it to death before you decide, okay, now we know how to treat it, fix it, clean it, make things better. In the meantime, this place is belching out contaminants for the whole time we're studying it. And it's like, can we do something right now?
Okay, Colleen. So if you want to stay on and work with that project, the universe says only if you're truly passionate about it, because you're still going to have that conflicted feeling of like, should I be here? Should I not be here? I should be with my animals. I should be doing this, doing that. It's also talking about you might be looking back with a little bit of like, why did I do this at some point?
Right. No,
So
I know. I've had those feelings. Like, is this the right thing to do? If it was
Yeah.
only a couple of days a week, I could probably do it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Only if you're truly, truly passionate about it, because it's going to still lead you into some conflict, some internal conflict. That's what it's saying.
Mhm.
You'll
Yeah,
stay
that
in
makes
internal conflict.
Yeah. I can't imagine you being fully retired.
Well,
And
she's always going to be busy. We know this.
I'll do this. I'll do the animals. I'll do our paranormal team. I want to do stuff that it's fun for me.
So where's your joy at then? Is it
Yeah,
sitting
here.
behind that
It's this stuff.
20 years again
Yeah,
until
it's all this
they get sick of you and kick you out for the second time? I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not going into work. No.
well, the thing is, though, on the other side of that coin, that income could enable you to do
other things.
all of those other things without the worry of a financial burden.
Well, then have an end date to it, or like I said, do consultation only. I will consult you on this, but you give me a lump sum. This is my end date. This is how I'll consult you. Boom. That way they
You can
squeeze
always oh my gosh, renegotiate it.
We've done that with a few people that did retire. They came on for specialized projects as a consultant, and then that was it. And they've come back and forth a few times for special things. And that I can do.
That sounds more like you.
Yeah. Guys, don't be shy tonight. Where are your questions?
They seem to do this sometimes when
I
we
know. Sometimes it's like just pulling hair to get you guys to ask for a reading.
Yeah.
So,
well, supposedly December is going to go out with a bang, just like the rest of the year's been. And a bang isn't necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. It just is a thing. We've got a full moon coming up on this 4th, 5th, 6th. That's a super moon. It's the last full moon of the year. And then right around, people call it first day of winter. They call it Yule. They call it, there's lots of different names for it. But that new moon is going to hit on the 19th. And the 20th, 21st is where it's a good thing, because it's going to be the darkest day of the year is the 21st. And by the darkest day, it means there'll be more time in darkness in that day than there will be any other day of the year. But then that means the next day there's going to be more light, and that is the beginning of the light changing. And so this time of year is really important that we're getting outside, because it's it's not even 12 hours of daylight and darkness. It's going to be more darkness. And so it's really important, even if it's your 10-minute break from work, if it's, park at a back spot at a store so you walk more to get
Right.
into the store, because when there is not sun out, we tend to feel more depressed, or we tend to get sick easier, different things like that. And so it's a really important time, especially holidays. That can be a really fun and exciting time for people, and it can be a very depressing time. Focus on what you want, focus on creating that positive energy, even if things are not perfect. This is a big one. This is a really hard time of year for me. And then I've got chaos going on top of it. And so pick and choose the things you hold on to. It can be the person that holds the door open for you. I had a person tell me the other day, "You look so beautiful today." And it was like, thank you. It's really nice. I don't do compliments very easily, but it's like, we get to choose what we hold on to. We don't always get to choose what's given to us.
Yeah.
So keeping that in mind.
Definitely. That's great advice. Susie, we had 2 readings come in, one from Mud Lover, and then Celeste, if you want to take Soapy, Mr. Pac-Man.
Mm-hmm. One quick thing I wanted to say is this cold moon in Gemini is going to start pulling up some truths for people. There'll be a few people that'll they'll have realizations kind of bubbling up, those little aha moments. So it's going to be a whole lot of like truths coming to the surface, things that you had pushed down, and you'll have like those little, oh, that's why that happened, or oh, that's why I did that kind of moments. That's the point in this one, in this month. It's pretty heavy. So
on top of the stress of the holidays.
Yeah.
On top of the stress of 2025.
Yeah, it's not like it's a bad thing though to work on your crap. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not. But still, holy shit! Can this year was just, yeah.
Okay, Miss Mud Lover.
Okay, Mud Lover.
You are manifesting some changes. There is some things that there's some dreams that you have surrounding you and your family, some goals that you want to achieve. Kind of like we've got this little pie in the sky right here, and the universe is saying that you're manifesting those changes in right now. And some of it is about money, and then some of it is about I've got the Judgment here. So being like fully supported, making sure that you've got other people's backs and they have yours. And then like you're talking about your angels and your guides, they're really supporting you right now. So keep going with whatever that is that you're manifesting, those things that you want to happen, because they're like spread all over the table here. They're coming.
Awesome.
All right, Mr. Pac-Man. Part of this is for everybody, but with you specifically in mind, because you have pulled this question up. This is the prime time to let go of what you do not want to take with you into next year. We have a month to do it, a month to get rid of the extra chaos, the extra stress. Now, don't get me wrong. We are still going to have chaos and stress in our lives. That's just part of life. But when we can learn to let go of things, then we can learn to, it's like imagining going down a river. I don't know if you've ever gone whitewater rafting, but most rivers, you've got some nice smooth areas. Some have a waterfall. Some have really rough rapids and big boulders. We still have to get from one end of that river to the other end. And so often we don't want to go over the falls. We don't want to go through the rapids, but that's part of the process. That's where we learn. That's where we grow. And it is going to be bumpy. But what I've learned and what I hope other people have learned or are learning, is the harder we fight sometimes to avoid things we don't want to deal with, the more it kicks our trash. And so allowing ourselves to go with the flow, going, okay, we're coming into rapid waters that we don't really, want to be bounced around. So we're going to make sure our life jackets are tight. We're going to make sure that we're sitting low into the boat and we're going through those rough times because they're there. That's part of life. That's part of the journey. And so it may or may not be less chaotic, but by your decisions of how to deal with things, it may feel less chaotic, because when we fight the chaos instead of dealing with the chaos, we're in it more, we're in it longer. So that applies to everybody. I think it is going to be some shifts and changes coming probably for all of us. But again, just sit back sometimes in those rough spots and do the best you can to get through it, rather than trying to avoid it, trying to pretend it's not there, trying to smash it down so we don't have to deal with it, hit it face on, and it'll make things go better. But you need to give yourself more credit than you do. You're really doing a good job. It's hard being a teenager.
Thank you, Celeste. And Susie, are you going to tackle Sarah's?
Working on it right now.
Okay. Yeah. Pac-Man. So I saw him at the craft fair this last weekend that I went to. Yeah. And yeah, we were talking about the chaos in his life right now. And I think it's happening to everybody, though. So,
yeah. Well, and it's like so many people think they can figure out how to not deal with it, but it just comes right back. We have to deal with even the really difficult, chaotic times. And the more we just give in to that and do it, the faster we get through it.
Yeah. 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 I am looking really, really forward to 2025 going away. I'm like, please. Okay, Susie, what you got?
So for Sarah, I pulled two different decks. I did one side for social media, and I did the other side for something different. And both of them came up with not social media. Both came up with something different, like completely new. So I got this falling again. Yeah, because the social media, there's going to be a lot of conflict around it, and it's going to be like, this is what it's saying. So, going to be you're going to feel kind of left out and like not satisfied with it. But there's another direction that's really specialized, something you're really good at, you're really talented at, that you are naturally walking towards without doing it intentionally. You are automatically just kind of gravitating towards it. It's something with a lot of options. It is on the internet, but it's not social media. Does that make sense? It's kind of weird. So it does have to do with money and helping other people find truth. That's really interesting. And resolve conflict.
That's cool. Yeah.
That makes sense.
I like that. Yeah. So one of the energy readings I was looking at last week, maybe, or a week and a half ago, said something about this being the end of a 7-year cycle. What is the 7-year cycle we're ending?
The cycle from hell. I'm not.
Well, besides that, we know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't we step into the age of Aquarius? I think our 7-year cycle ending has to do a lot with everybody being so self-focused. That's starting to come to an end. This is just me, what I've seen. Like, people are starting to become a little more, like, it's subtle. You have to kind of look for it. but they're starting to become a little less self-absorbed, a little less narcissistic, and starting to turn inwards and looking at themselves a little more and their fellow men. Does that make sense? That's what I've been picking up on. But like I said, I think not long ago we entered the age of Aquarius. Is that not right, Celeste?
Oh yeah. And COVID wasn't 7 years ago, but that shook things up a lot. It really changed the way people live and think and focus. But I still feel like it's been a division, and we're still in a division.
Yeah,
And hoping whatever this in the 7-year thing will bring people back together, because there's not just this or just that. There's a whole myriad of everything in between. And so many people are struggling to see the positive in what they don't agree with and the negative with what they do agree with, and realizing that, I don't know, there's just been a lot of conflict between friends and family, politics and health and life and money and everything else. And it's like, we need to remember what's important. It isn't A and Z, it's everything. And taking a different perspective of, yeah, it might not be exactly what I wanted. Maybe there's some good that'll come from this kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And right now, so many people, it's black and white.
Yeah. Yeah. I still feel another shakeup or two coming. And remember, this time does not go by a calendar. Energy doesn't go by a calendar like, the 7-year cycle. Like, it doesn't end December 31st. You can feel when the energy changes and shifts. It's never exactly on the Gregorian calendar. You know what I mean? So there's still a little bit kind of coming. There's still a couple of shakeups. We did have an interesting one in November where everybody was talking about, the haves and the have-nots, especially where our food insecurity was really talked about. And I was really enjoying watching people come together and start supporting each other a little bit better, with those pop-up food pantries and, hey, what do you need? That was really, really gratifying for me to see and to notice that there are people out there that are turning inward and saying, hey, how can I help someone else? Instead of just focusing on, the best filter on TikTok, So that's
that is good to see. I like seeing that, and I try to do things when I can to help. But somebody did post on one of our local Facebook groups here, I think today or yesterday, about she stepped up several times to help people in the community, and then they don't show up. And she makes time out of her day to go help them, to give them jackets or food or stuff that she's got for them, and they won't show up and meet her halfway. And I'm like, that
same post.
Yeah.
And I saw the one side where they were saying, oh, it's because people are lazy or they just want that. Or I'm sure there are some people like that. But like I said, I also work in the mental health field. And I do know that there are people that actually genuinely do want help and need help, but they don't know how to receive it too. Because I run into that.
I'm talking about they'll make, I'll meet you at 2:00 at Fred Meyer's parking lot, and they never show up. My old dog has to go to the bathroom. He's making noises. So if I don't put him out, we're going to have a disaster on my hands. Okay. So I'm wondering, ladies, can we please end the show maybe a minute early? Because Fergus doesn't hold it very well.
Yes, I was going to say, let poor Fergie out.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us, guys. We appreciate you so much. We will catch you next week. Join us tomorrow night. We're talking about how we keep the dead buried and burial customs. Yeah, it'll be pretty interesting. I know, right?
Actually, stay buried? Okay.
Yeah, some of them don't. Okay, bye.
Night.